Welcome to Psychos and Sociopaths. Today we're going to go over Dennis Rader, also known as the BTK Killer. He was a serial killer between 1974 to 1991, and it's kind of interesting with him because of all the stuff that he did earlier in life. We'll go with that, but
he was one of the few times you could ever get away with giving yourself a nickname.
Yes.
That's usually somebody else's job.
Yeah, that's usually always someone else's job. And Johnny's probably not going to be able to take that much lead today. He's been sick for the last couple of days. He's hopping along.
Fueled by caffeine and hate.
That's how it usually goes sometimes. Dennis Rayner's early life. He was born in March 9th, 1945, to Dorotha Rayner and William Evan Rayner, one of four sons. Now, going through his actual life as a kid and everything, it was pretty much normal. His parents weren't assholes like a lot of the other serial killers that we have on here.
No, I mean, he said that he felt ignored by his mom and later resented her for it in life, but I'm not really putting a whole lot of weight behind that.
Yeah, only because he was really controlling. Mm-hmm. He had to have control on all his life. And I found out a new word today because of him, too. Zoosadism.
Zoosadism.
Yeah, it's what it is. It's the pleasure deferring from cruelty to animals. And partly McDonald triad.
McDonald triad. Yeah, zoosadism. It's a precursor to psychopathic behavior. Yeah, it's usually derived from cruelty to animals, which is the root of the word zoo.
Yeah. And also what he used to do as a fetish was basically voyeurism, autoerotic asphyxiation. I always have trouble with that word.
Voyeurism or autoerotic asphyxiation.
What basically is voyeurism is the sexual interest of watching people engage in intimate behavior. Erotic asphyxiation is
it's where you're choking yourself out while you're jerking off.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Which, if he pulled off David Carradine, we wouldn't be talking right now.
Oh, that was bad.
What? Dude, I honestly, hands down, I was thinking about creating an app for people that do erotic asphyxiation. You know, the buddy system and everything like that. You go over to a person's house, you don't really, do anything with the person. He's just, that's a very dangerous sexual activity.
A little off topic. You ever seen this old web series? It's called the Legend of Neil. Mm-mm. It's on Amazon. You can buy the whole series. There's like 3 seasons of it, but it's got Felicia Day in it. Mm-hmm. And basically, this guy, he's sitting there playing The Legend of Zelda while he's getting drunk. Mm-hmm. He thinks the fairy's hot, so he starts to jerk off, and he's choking himself with the controller cable. Well, he wakes up in Hyrule. Dude, it's fucking hilarious.
Okay, you're going to have to send me the link for that one. Well, no, and another
it's hilarious.
Another aspect of my brother-in-law told me this one about one of his crewmen when he was working as a CB. Mm-hmm. Apparently, his crewman was watching a porno and they were getting choked and everything. And he's like, I wonder if that actually does anything. So he grabs his dog tag, start doing everything, and then the next day, because they were doing inspections and everything, and his command was like, "Where's your dog tag, sailor?" Sir. Long story short, I was doing erotic asphyxiation, and I got really heavy into it, and dog tags just flew off, and I couldn't find them this morning.
See, the safe answer would have been just to say, hey, well, my chain broke and I'm currently in the process of reacquiring a new set of dog tags. I'll copy over, then just fucking move on about your day.
But
see, in the military, the more information you divulge, the deeper shit you're going to end up getting, especially if it's information you don't need to be fucking given. Like, jerking off while you're choking yourself with some fucking dog tags. No, I'm sorry. Your commanding your chain of command don't need to know that shit.
Okay, in retrospect, how many people that were prior service or in the military have tact? Very few.
Still, that's common sense, man. I know it's not issued very much anymore nowadays, but people still need to fucking exercise it. I mean, at least have the the common sense that God gave to a block of concrete, wet concrete. At least it is smart enough to dry.
Yeah.
I mean, I was choking myself out while I was rubbing one out, sir. Like, I don't need to fucking hear that. I really don't. Oh, Lord. Anyway, so he liked to choke himself out and cross-dress.
He cross-dressed. During his, what they call the cool-off period, between murders, he would actually take pictures of himself wearing women's clothing and a female mask while bound. He was doing this to pretend to be his victims for his sexual fantasies. So... But he was also one of those people. Everybody regarded him as normal, polite, and well-mannered. He was the best neighbor you could possibly have.
So, unlike most of the serial killers that we profile, this dude just had a fucking screw loose.
No, most of the serial killers. Every one of them so far is...
well, with the exception of... Well, I would even say Eileen, but... She was getting touched in her no-no square by her grandfather. Yeah. But, I'm just like, this dude, okay, normal, wholesome, Midwestern upbringing. Unless there's some stuff that was happening behind the scenes, like when they closed the doors, like mom and dad were having orgies and he felt left out, which is why maybe he said... I felt ignored by my mother in particular. This dude, I don't know.
He had a lot of screws loose. He was also head scoutmaster, Cub Scout leader, and he was a member and elected church council of Church of Lutheran Church, and that's actually what got him caught.
Yeah, because he would use the church as his stage, so to speak.
Well, he would. That wasn't what got him really caught. That was part of the stuff that got him convicted because they found evidence at the church.
Yeah.
But what got him caught is during that time frame he made a disc, and whenever you're like doing videos and stuff like that, everything's time stamped or stamped by what computer you used, where you used it at, who was the last person that used it, the name on it, and everything like that. And they just did cyber crime investigation on it, and bam, found all the data on the disk. That's what got him found out. Of course, what was really funny is he literally was like, "You can't trace this," and the cops were like, "Oh yeah, no, we can't. What? How are we going to do that? That's magic. That's super magic. We're not going to be able to do that." Did he give you the disc? Yeah, we got him. Basically. Yeah. During the murders, and he didn't do just the basic, one person. They say they killed 10 people, but he did. I can guarantee you he did a lot more people.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the Otero family,
yeah,
those were his initial 4. But I think later on, he got bored.
Yeah,
and he struck me as the kind of guy who got bored really quick.
Yeah,
and considering the fact that he was writing letters to the media.
He's doing the media and the police department.
Yeah, so he was taunting them. He was taunting the police. He was enticing the media. He's like, "Yeah, we have a serial killer at large out here," and he wanted to get caught, because I think he was one of these types of serial murderers that didn't do it necessarily for the gratification of the kill, but more for the notoriety that it carried.
Well, it was a catch-20 on that one.
Well, he wanted to be famous for something.
Yeah, he wanted to be famous for something, and he also enjoyed it, because there was actually an interview with him that he was like, "Yeah, after one of them, I just came,
yeah."
But yeah, he ended up wiping out bloodlines, dude. That's Genghis Khan level.
Yeah.
But the first victims, the Oteros, 38, Joseph Otero, 38, Julia Otero, 33, Joseph Otero Jr., 9, and Josephine, wow, they just went with the J's on this one. Josephine Otero, age 11. They just went with the Joes on this one, the whole thing. Their bodies were discovered by the family's 3 older children who had been at school at the time of the killings. After his arrest, Rader confessed to killing the Otero family. Rader wrote a letter that had been stashed inside the engineering book in the Wichita Public Library in October 1974, which described the details of the killings of the Otero family in January of that year. So he basically put it out off of the first killing. It's like, hey, I'm going to put this right here. If anybody finds it, they're going to know who it is, and I'm going to be. I think you're right more to the percentage of, 80% of it being he wanted to be notarized for something, and then a smaller percentage of him actually enjoying it.
Yeah, there's going to always be the level of gratification that comes with the kill. Yeah, we're always going to see that, especially with these types of profiles. But I think more to the point with him, with Dennis, is the fact that he was in it for the notoriety. He specifically targeted police with the letters in the media. He sent a floppy disk. I'm sorry, it just makes me laugh. Because, what was it? It was, where did it say? It was an incredibly, incredibly, incredibly small floppy disk. I know that's what she said. If my 11-year-old was here, that he would have totally chimed in on that. It was like a 1.5 megabit floppy disk. You think about that, man. It's like nowadays, God, that's not even a picture file.
Yeah.
Let me see here. He sent it to that, and I don't care about my car's extended warranty.
I got one of those too today.
It's great times. Yeah. Let me see here, because he had asked. Let's see, where did it go?
What are you looking for?
The thing, I had seen it. It was, here it is. He asked, you mentioned it earlier, asked if his writings, if put on a floppy disk, could be traced or not. The police answered his question in a newspaper ad posted in the Wichita Eagle, saying it would be safe to use the disk. February 16th of 05, Rader sent a purple 1.44 megabit Memorex floppy disk to a Fox TV affiliate. At this point, who is still using floppy disk drives?
Apparently, that church. That's probably where he had to do. Well, that's where he did all of his stuff and everything. So it was at the church. So.
But I'm like.
What's really sad is during the interview for the a lot of the YouTube videos, they didn't use the floppy disk. They used the actual CD disc. That was another funny thing.
Yeah, but I mean, but they sent. Okay, so they sent it to a Fox affiliate. Also enclosed were a letter, a gold-colored necklace with a large medallion that just screams 70s and 80s, right?
Yeah.
And a photocopy of the cover of Rules of Prey, a 1989 novel about a serial killer. He got cocky. That's what it was. He got cocky.
Yeah.
You know, and in 05, I mean, hello, shit stain. We have the thing called the internet, and you didn't have to necessarily have AOL to have it now. You kids, you're not.
No, he was caught in 94, wasn't he?
94?
Yeah.
I think it was.
It was, yeah. 91.
91?
Yeah, between 1974 and 1991. He was caught in 91. A lot of his...
okay, hold on.
A lot of the cold cases...
After a decade-long hiatus, Rader resumed sending letters in 04, leading to his 2005 arrest and subsequent guilty plea.
Yeah.
He wasn't caught until 2005.
Okay.
But, you know, because when it was talking about this, you know, on February 16th, 2005, he sent a purple 1.4 megabit Memorex floppy disk. Okay. So, you know, and I'm thinking, he got cocky and he got lazy, you know, because he thought he was going to be a step ahead.
Yeah.
And he was probably looking at things like Son of Sam and the Zodiac Killer. You know, they were masters at taunting and toying with the police.
Yeah, he wasn't that good.
This dude just, not to disparage Walmart, but he was like the Great Value version of the Son of Sam.
Nah, he was like the Dollar Tree stuff.
Oh, right, yeah, well, what was it? What is that? Clover Valley, the Dollar General uses? Yeah, there you go.
He's not even up towards Walmart Great Value.
Yeah, because at least that stuff's made in the same factory, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was really interesting about some of the interviews that were, or not even the interviews, but a lot of the stuff that I was finding on YouTube and everything, was the fact that he was like, what do they call it? We got them here, the Sentinels, where they go around and check for, you know, low grass or high grass, or if a dog's off its
code
lead.
enforcement.
Code enforcement. There you go.
No, we have the Sentinels, and those are just like old guys that just want to ride around. They get paid part-time. They have zero arrest authority. All they do is take a report. They do nothing else.
Yeah. Well, I know the laws of Texas. If it's like a severe crime and everything, you're allowed to intervene if you wanted to, but no,
yeah, that's all way too far into the weeds, but yeah.
What's really interesting is there was a person there, one of the lawyers they interviewed for, it's hard to describe. It was a person that got a citation for leash laws for their dog,
right?
Because the dog was outside the gate,
right.
One, he tried to trank the dog. Two, he wrote a ticket for the dog not on the leash, and the lawyer that was handling it for the the owner of the dog, I mean, he had pictures, a signed document. The lawyer was like, you know what? I've actually done a case for rape victims and everything like that. And this guy had more stuff annotating what was going on with that dog than cops that are detectives that have to have that so they can write reports and everything to get a conviction. He had like documents of what was going on. He was just a total control freak, and if he saw something that was wrong to him, he tried his damnedest to get it to where it was on him or against the other person.
Yeah.
But he was a really big control freak when it comes to around that. I'm probably going to say that a lot. But going on the arrest, February 25th, 2005, he was charged with 10 counts of first-degree murder. Soon after his arrest, and in the court, when they caught him and everything, he was just like, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did it like this.
Yeah.
It was like 36 hours of interrogation.
Yeah, because like I said, I think at that point he was bored. And given, because I mean, 2004, even in 2004, that, we had the very beginnings of, the social media, explosion.
MySpace and everything.
Yeah. God, I used to have a MySpace page.
I still have a MySpace account. I don't check it too often, but
mine has been. I haven't logged into mine for so long. I bet that it's just inactive. But anyways.
No. It stays it stays active. You can activate it and everything. It's just you got to remember your password and everything.
Yeah, and I think the email address that I used back then it's just so far long gone. Anyways, but I think with the beginnings of the social media explosion and everything like that, I think he just got bored because, I mean, you look at the guy. I mean, and if he's asking questions in the newspaper about whether or not a disc can be traced, and then he's sending it in on a floppy disk.
Yeah.
And it's.
I wonder if they had this dude's using a floppy disk. Do we have something that can actually look at this damn thing?
And I bet, because if they said it was purple, so I bet it was one of those 3.5-inch ones.
3M?
Yeah. No, it was a 3.5-inch floppy. It had the sliding door on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3M.
Yeah, your kids look at it now like it's the save icon.
Yeah.
God, I remember the big ones, the 5-inch ones.
Yeah. No, dude, I had a computer that used cassette tapes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had played Buck Rogers on that thing all the time. But we didn't even say where this is from. He was actually arrested in Wichita, Kansas. Not Wichita Falls, Wichita, Kansas.
Yeah, the other Wichita people.
Yeah, and it took FBI and ATF. And a lot of the times he basically, to kill his victims, some of them he would strangle and he would come back. And it doesn't say he did any kind of necrophilia, so.
Yeah, I mean,
they
searched his home, his vehicle, computer equipment, a pair of black pantyhose retrieved from a shed in a cylindrical container, the church he attended, his office at City Hall, and the main branch of the Park City Library were also searched. At a press conference the next morning, Wichita Police Chief Norman Williams announced the bottom line: BTK is arrested.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, this guy... I think that he might have been able to keep him at bay. I mean, this guy, if he was smart enough, he'd still be out there.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably would have gone dormant, but he'd still be out there, and they'd be chasing cold cases all day long.
Off topic, I had this. Have you ever watched Sam Kinison?
Yes.
Remember that one skit he did about the gay necrophiliacs? He was down on the ground and everything. Oh yeah, I'm going to heaven. Jesus, come and take me. What are you doing? What's going on here? No.
I remember the one stand-up special he did before he died. He looked at a guy in the front row. He goes, "You're a pretty handsome fellow. What are you doing here by yourself? There's an empty seat next to you. Are you here with somebody?" He's like, "No, no." He goes, "You're not here by yourself." He goes, "I wasn't supposed to be. I bought tickets, and the girl that I was supposed to bring, she broke up with me." He goes, "Oh man, that's tragic. What's her name?" I think it was like Trisha or something like that. He's like, "Well, what's her number?" So he had somebody on the side of the stage bring out a phone, and this is how old it is. It was a rotary phone.
Yeah.
And they brought it out, and he called her from the stage, and he's like, "Hey, yeah, Trisha, yeah, this is Sam, yeah, I got my buddy here. I forget his name. I think it was like Tim or something.
Yeah.
Said you broke up with him. Yeah, before he had a chance to bring you to my show. Yeah, I that's not cool, you know." He just starts doing his like trademark screaming, and he's like, "You're a whore!" And then he hung up on her, and everybody's just like clapping. He goes, "You're welcome." And the guy was just sitting there going,
I would tear up a little bit. I would tear up.
See, breaking up was so much easier to do in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But other than that, he ended up having like a $10 million bond. He's still incarcerated. I'm surprised they didn't do... I'm kind of curious about that right now.
10 consecutive life sentences.
Yeah, it was like 173 years. So, I'm wondering if they have... Why didn't they put him on the death penalty if all this evidence they had? Yeah, they have lethal injection. Oh, no, there's no death row in Kansas. He lucked out. That sucks.
Yeah, youngest victim being 9 and 11, oldest being 62.
Yeah, the 1960. Kansas hasn't had a death penalty since 1965. So it's just basically the state that he was in that he got lucked out. The only other thing that kind of irked me. I mean, I know a lot of branches. He was prior service in the Air Force, did 4 years in the Air Force too.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, Adam Scova, I think the guy for Red Bull that did jumps for him for a while. Andy Smuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was saying that I was like right after he got out of Buds, after that week and everything, they had Liberty, and one of his SEAL team members that made it out of Buds with him went out on a killing spree and ended up getting caught because they decided to get a Hooters shirt. And they found the blood, and they found blood off the glass, and they found the hair follicles and everything off the knife and everything. I was like, man, could you imagine that? Doing something like Hell Week and everything, then decide to doing a killing spree. I mean, what goes on your thought? Because me, after doing something, I think the longest I stayed up was like 72 hours when I was in the Air Force.
Right.
And that was due to the fact that I had to work for those 72 hours because we were at war, and I had to document all the people that were coming in for lodging. That's a shit lot of people. And I was constantly working for like 3 days, and afterwards I was out for like 4.
Yeah, no. I don't even remember the longest stretch that I was awake for.
Yeah.
Because I know after about 36 hours, I get a little punchy. So.
Oh yeah, I'm very cranky. I'm cranky.
I'm just like, I think after 48 hours, I start to have conversations.
Did you ever get to the point where the unicorn's fucking the dragon? That is experience to itself.
No, I got to the point where things would be happening that weren't really happening, and I would convince myself that this was really happening, that this was not.
Oh, you're hallucinating so bad.
Yeah. I mean, the hallucinations was just, I was like, I was going out of my freaking head.
Yeah.
And just to be able to, to carry on a coherent conversation was, no, it just wasn't happening.
Mm. Well, actually, we can cut it off this day. Sorry if it's not that coherent on this one.
There's just not a lot of information.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of information. You're still coming off of that bug that you had this week, and this guy, he was interesting. I thought he was interesting and everything, but it's one of those things that I did in high school. I thought of an interesting subject and everything to write about, and there was nothing on it, and I was like, I should not have did this, but
yeah.
There's a lot of interviews with him and everything like that, but he is so bland, and he just tells everything. It's like, yeah, I killed him.
Yeah, and to be fair, when I was laid up in bed, dude, I was either A, sleeping, or B, I was watching baseball.
Yeah. That was another thing. Do you want to start doing the baseball stuff like every Monday?
Yeah, we could do it we could do it like weekly. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking about doing it this week, and then you got sick. I was like, well, fuck. Good thing I didn't research anything.
Oh, yeah, and don't expect the the tapestries of grammatical acquiesce. No, that's not even the right word to use.
That was a $5 word that I'm never going to get in my brain.
Yeah, don't expect tapestries of grammatical photosynthesis that you got the other day with the opening day speech. But yeah, it's 162 games.
Yeah, I say just do it Monday because we're coming off the weekend. Everybody wants to get knowledge of what happened over the weekend or.
Yeah, well,
baseball's one of those things, though. It happens so much.
Well, see, I want to stay away from, trying to come off like an ESPN wannabe. It's.
That's why I wanted to do the whole topper from dodgeball.
But I think it's going to be more one of these. Kind of look to see what's going on in sports, and I'm not specifically talking about just baseball, but like sports in general, and just kind of weigh in on it.
Yeah.
Give my take on it.
Well, you can get the stuff for.
It really grinds my gears. It's one of those things. And
well, we can give because it shouldn't take but 20 minutes to give all the stats and everything like that, what happened in the week.
Well, I mean, you could really get into it. And trust me, it's a really slippery slope, especially when it's something that you're just kind of like, it catches your eye and then it ends up giving you Forrest Whitaker eye.
Yeah, well, there is another thing that we could do. We just do a time. It's like every 5 minutes per team group or game.
Yeah, we'll see.
You'd be surprised how much stuff you can say in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we can play around with it. We can see what's what.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the end of Psychos and Sociopaths. We went really off bases on this one, but we still had fun. Love you guys. Hope to see you or talk to you or just comment, whatever. Oh, that was another thing I wanted to say before we go. Yeah, we actually got a response. I just had the thing up and then I canceled it out. Let's see here. We have. Why is it doing this? God, I hate this sometimes. We got a comment from Michael Kurtz. He commented on the Ed Kemper? Yeah, Ed Kemper. Man, I am just...
Yeah, Ed Kemper. He says, back in the 70s, you had a lot of guys that got extra points in the police exams coming out of Vietnam as well as affirmative action policies. that made it difficult for the average citizen to get onto police departments in larger cities. So, Mike, thank you for commenting. It just takes one. All it takes is one person to comment.
But that was actually...
what we ought to do? What we ought to do is, as a thank you for being the inaugural comment, I think you should get a free Angry Me Productions t-shirt.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got to find the guy and everything.
Yeah, well, he's with me at the Post, American Legion.
Oh, okay. That makes it easier.
Yeah. That's
what size
that,
is
that. You know, Michael, I'll tell you what. Get with me about your size, or I'll text you later, whatever. And we'll figure it out. But hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell, turn on the notifications. It helps him out, helps us out, and engage in a conversation. Leave comments on the posts, even if they're negative. You know what? Feedback is feedback. Dale Earnhardt said, as long as they're making noise, boy.
Yeah, I got something from someone from Stephen Williams. The only comment was 16 seconds bed.ind.in. So I think it was just a scamming thing. I have it set up to where if anything like that happens, it just chunks it off. So if I don't get your comment or anything like that, go ahead and we're on Facebook too. So I get a hold of anybody that comments on it.
Yeah, and then check us out on Spotify. So it's Angry Me Productions. Also, it's on Spotify, and I'm not sure those update every Monday or Tuesday.
I don't know. This one I kind of laxed up because I finally got my car on Saturday. So
yeah,
I ended up basically running around all on Saturday when I got my car.
Yeah. But, give us a like and hit the subscribe button on YouTube and check us out on Spotify as well.
All right. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
Later.